I am Mansa Musa, the ruler of the Mali Empire, the man the world would one day call the richest in history. Yet even I could not count my wealth. Gold flowed through my lands like rivers through the desert, endless and radiant, and still it was never enough to define who I truly was. When I ascended to the throne in the year 1312, I inherited not only an empire but a destiny. My father, Faga Laye, was a prince, but never a ruler. My ancestors, Sundiata Keita and Mansa Abubakari, built the foundation of Mali. I was chosen to expand it. I swore to bring prosperity to my people, to spread the light of Islam, and to show the world the greatness of Mali. Under my rule, the empire prospered beyond imagination. The deserts of Bambouk and Bure glittered with gold mines. The salt trade across the Sahara filled our coffers. Ivory, cola nuts, spices, and silk flowed through our markets. Merchants came from distant lands to trade under my protection. But I knew that wealth alone could not sustain an empire. Faith and knowledge were its true pillars. That is why I built mosques, libraries, and schools throughout Mali. In the city of Timbuktu, I commissioned the great Djinguereber Mosque, designed by the Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq Ibrahim Es-Saheli. It was built from sun-baked bricks and clay, able to hold over 2,000 worshippers. More than 6 centuries later, it still stands, whispering the prayers of my people. I wanted Mali not just to shine with gold, but with wisdom. I sent students to Morocco to study, invited scholars from across North Africa, and turned Timbuktu into a center of learning, the beating heart of Islamic culture in West Africa. But the world remembers me most for one journey, my pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. I did not travel alone. My caravan stretched farther than the eye could see. 12,000 slaves, 80 camels carrying more than 18 tons of gold, soldiers, attendants, and musicians. We crossed the endless sands of the Sahara together, leaving behind a trail of awe and wonder. I gave freely along the way, to the poor, to the merchants, to the rulers of the cities we passed. In Cairo, I gave so much gold that the price of it collapsed. The city's economy trembled under the weight of my generosity. For years, the value of gold in Egypt would not recover. Some said I was reckless. Some said I was foolish. But I saw it differently. I believed that wealth meant nothing unless it was shared. To give was an act of worship, a way to honor God and remind myself that even the richest man in the world owns nothing before him. My pilgrimage was more than faith, it was diplomacy. The world saw what Mali was, a land of riches, culture, and power. From Cairo to Mecca, my name spread like fire in the desert wind. When I returned home, Mali was no longer a distant kingdom on forgotten maps. It was the jewel of Africa. Decades later, mapmakers in Europe would draw me seated on a golden throne, holding a nugget of gold in my right hand, as if to say, "Here sits the king of wealth." But gold was only a part of my story. When I returned from Mecca, I expanded the empire's borders to secure trade routes. I strengthened the cities of Gao and Timbuktu, turning them into centers of learning and commerce. Scholars such as Ibn Battuta came to my court, amazed by the richness and order of my lands. I established justice, encouraged trade, and ensured that every mosque, every library, every school carried the name of Mali with pride. Still, even in my glory, I was not without doubt. Some griots, our storytellers, whispered that I had squandered the empire's treasure, that I gave away too much. Perhaps they were right. I often wonder if I let my generosity blind me. Yet I would rather be remembered as a giver than a hoarder. What is gold if it dies with me? What is power if it feeds no one? Now, as time fades and empires crumble, I look back and see what truly remains. The gold I gave away no longer glitters. The caravans have turned to dust. But the mosques still stand, the books still whisper, and the story of Mali endures. My faith, my vision, and my desire to build something greater than myself. Those are the treasures that time cannot take. They say I died around 1337, peacefully, surrounded by the empire I built. Perhaps that is true. Perhaps I live still, in every stone of Jingareber, in every manuscript of Timbuktu, in every tale that bears my name. I am Mansa Musa, the king who gave until the world trembled, who built with faith and knowledge, and who left behind not just gold, but greatness.